Hey guys, Puff here. So Dead by Daylight has officially announced the new survivor, and it is Alan Wake. He's going to be releasing on January 30th at the end of the month, and he's on the public test build to try out and play for yourself right now if you want to get a jump start and see how he is before you buy him. But with a new survivor comes new perks. And he has a couple of perks that I could see working into a couple of builds. But one of his perks seems so pointless and bad that I don't know what the purpose of it is. Um, I don't know. We'll discuss it more in detail in this video. I'm going to be going over each perk and going over what builds I think the perks work well in, and showing some gameplay footage of the perks in action. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, the first perk I want to go over is probably the most popular perk that he's got, and it is Champion of Light. And it basically just makes it so that when you're shining the flashlight, you have 50% haste, and if you get a blind off on the killer is then hindered for 20% of their speed for 6 seconds. This is a pretty good perk. If you're using it in chase, when you throw a pallet against an M1 killer, when the killer goes to break the pallet, you could blind them and then use that hindered status effect on the killer to, get a little bit of extra speed or distance away from the killer. And then same goes for if you're doing killer grasp rescues. If you get a flashlight save on somebody, they have an ample opportunity to get away from the killer because of that 20% hindered. But where I think this perk really shines is when you combine it with background player. Background player with Champion of Light just looks so goofy. The speed at which you're moving and shining the flashlight simultaneously is just absurd. It honestly feels like you're doing some kind of exploit. I don't know if it's supposed to work this way, but it sure feels goofy. And I could see it, being a fun little combo. So if you're a background player, you might be eyeballing Champion of Light. This might be your new favorite flashlight perk to go with your background player. All right, the next perk I want to go over is Boon Illumination. Now, this is the perk that I think is absolutely worthless, and I'd like to know what the intended use for this perk is, because I don't see it working really into any build at all. So basically, you bless a totem, and while the totem's blessed, anybody within the 24-meter range of the blessed totem is able to see the aura of all generators and chests on the map. And then while that boon is lit, you could also cleanse or bless other totems 10% faster. Now, the reason I think this is a worthless perk is because you only get the 10% cleansing bonus while the boon is lit. And if you have a lit boon, the chances of you going around the map to cleanse other totems is very unlikely. Because if the killer finds your boon, you're going to want to put another boon up somewhere else up on the map. No? Am I wrong? So why would you go around cleansing totems while you have a boon up? And then if the killer finds the boon and then snuffs it out, you lose that 10%. So you're not getting that 10% value when you're going to re-bless another totem. And then in terms of the knowledge you get from being able to see all the chests and being able to see all the generators, there are other perks that do that better. Like Deja Vu shows you where the 3 gens that are closest to each other are, so you could very early on get ahead of a 3-stack. And then on top of that, you get a speed bonus for working those generators with Deja Vu. And then Plunder is better for finding the chests. Because it doesn't require you to bless a totem. So I really don't understand what the purpose of this perk was. The only use case I could possibly see it being used for is in solo queue, if you're a solo survivor and you bless a totem to give your teammates vision of all the generators in hopes that they actually work the generators. And the final perk we're going to be talking about is Deadline. Deadline makes it so that while you're injured, you get skill checks on repairing generators and healing 10% more frequently. And the skill checks can be all over your screen, kind of like you're versing a doctor. The skill checks aren't going to be in the center of the screen, they'll be all over the place, which for experienced players is not really an issue. And for new players, you might be wondering, why would you want to get skill checks more frequently? Because if you're hitting skill checks successfully, hitting great skill checks successfully, you'll get progress on the generator. You'll actually repair the generator quicker than if you weren't getting any skill checks at all. So if you're going to be running a Gen Rush build, Deadline could fit right into that, and it pairs really well with Resilience, which gives you just flat 9% additional speed when repairing and healing. So this stacked with Deadline work perfect. And then if you really want to put the icing on the cake, throw in some Deja Vu for an extra 6%, and you get to see where the three closest gens are. So I could see this being working into people's Gen Rush builds. If you have a Gen Rush build, if you're someone who likes to rush gens, Deadline might be a perk you could be looking forward to. But yeah, that's Alan Wake. Nothing too crazy. I gave you the short and sweet on it. I've been playing the PTB a lot. It's a lot of fun. The changes to Hillbilly make him a lot more scary. He kind of feels like old Billy before the chainsaw used to overheat. He's just zooming all over the map. It's going to take some time getting used to that again. The Unreal changes are freaking unreal. And basically, she teleports, all over the map with the TVs like usual. But now when you get hooked, the stacks that you have become permanent, and you can't remove them. So it seems a little strong, in my opinion. I don't know if that's gonna make it to live, but I guess we'll see. But a lot of people are just straight up DCing against her because they don't want to play it. But I don't know. I'm excited for it. The new tome's gonna come out, and Alan Wake is gonna be the center of the new tome. He's probably gonna get a new cosmetic as well. But what I'm most excited about in the new tomes are hopefully more name cards and banners, other than the couple that we got during the Bone Chill event. But yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know down below what you guys think of Alan Wake coming to Dead by Daylight. I've never played any of the Alan Wake games. Let me know if you guys think they're worth checking out. Should I play these games and complete them before the DLC releases later this month? I'd like to know your thoughts down below. There's a lot of things happening on DBD right now. There's the rumor mill is turning. And apparently we might be getting loot boxes in Dead by Daylight soon, which is a very polarizing and divisive subject. But I think I might want to make a video, going over my thoughts on it, if it is coming to Dead by Daylight, and how I think they could implement it in a way that's not completely anti-consumer. But yeah, I'll go over that in another video another time. I'll catch you guys next time. Puff out.